Alright guys, welcome to my first full-length AP exam video. So, this video is on the 1998 AP exam, and basically I'm going to do every single problem on the 1998 AP exam and walk you through it and talk about it. Before we get started, I just want to talk about some quick strategies on the exam which are going to help you to take the test. So, one, as we're going along, this is actually not an exam strategy, but a video strategy. As we're going along, make sure you read the problem and try it before I actually go over it. You really want to do the problem yourself first and be an active listener. If you just follow along the whole time, you're just going to be like, oh, I know that, I understand, and then you're really going to know nothing and you'll do horribly. Sorry. You need to actually look at the problem, try it, try to beat me. If you need a little help and need to watch the video, try to do the problems faster than me and pause it where you need and do your work, and then check to see if your work's right along the way. Anyways, that's that. Now let's talk about the actual AP exam. So first things first, percentages to get different scores vary from year to year because it depends on the students taking the test each year. But a 5 is actually a 63% roughly. So it's not that much. It's much lower than you'd think, because you generally think 63%, that's a D in math class. But no, 63% is about a 5. So it's just a little over 3/5 the test you got to get right to get that 5. 48% is a 4, so just under half the test. A 3 is about a 38%. Once again, these vary from year to year, but these are about what they are. So it's about 2/5 the test correct to get a 3. 19% is a 2, and 0 to 18% would be your 1. That's the lowest score you could possibly get. Before we get going, let's talk about the test itself. So the test consists of 4 sections. You have 2 multiple choice and 2 free response. The multiple choice will be 1 without a calculator and 1 section with a calculator. Then the free response will be 1 section without a calculator and 1 section with a calculator. The multiple choice will start without the calculator. That'll be a 55-minute section. You have 28 problems, so you get just under 2 minutes a problem to do it, because 28 problems, that would be 56 minutes. You have 55 minutes, so just under 2 minutes a problem. Then you go take a quick break, or not, maybe a minute. Then you go to the calculator multiple choice section. That's 17 problems, 50 minutes. So that works to be about just under 3 minutes a problem. If it were 51 minutes, that would be 3 minutes a problem. Then you'll take your actual break, and then you come back, you sit down, you have the calculator section still. It'll be 30 minutes. You're on free response. It'll be 2 problems. They each have sub-problems with them. This is where you can actually earn partial credit. We'll talk about that later. But 2 problems, 30 minutes. Then you move on to 4 problems in 60 minutes without a calculator. It'll be the second free response section, and that'll be the last section of the whole test. Alright, back to multiple choice. So there's no deduction for wrong answers. So what you guys need to do is guess. I tell my kids every single year, if you do not finish, please, please, please guess, because for every 5 problems you don't do, you're likely to get one of them right. Right? I mean, there's 5 multiple choice options. And that's the other ironic thing about the exam. I mean, if you just get 20% of multiple choice right, which statistically you should, you get a 10%. All you need is a 19% to get a 2. So I mean, you really just need that 9% more. But yeah, that's that. And next, the multiple choice. There are 45 total multiple choice questions. They make up 54 points of the exam. So each multiple choice is actually worth 1.2 points. The exam is 108 points. You have like I said, 45 multiple choice questions, 45 times 1.2, that's 54 points. That's 54 of your 108. Then there are 6 free response questions. They're each worth 9 points. 6 times 9, that's 54. There's your other 54. Add them both together. That's 108. So, cool, great. Now let's actually do the first problem on the 1998 AP exam. The reason I chose 1998 is because it's available for free, and it's got the same setup as as your current exam, which next one will be 2014. I'm making this video in 2013. Okay, So here we go. This is the 1998 exam. What is the x-coordinate of the point of inflection on the graph of y equals 1/3 x cubed plus 5x squared plus 24? Sorry, the webcam isn't the best. I'll be getting a better one. You should pause the video right now. Try to do the problem. And, yeah, do that because I'm about to say the answer. If you get the answer right, you'll know you don't have to listen to me. If you get the answer wrong, you could listen to me and find out the work. All right, pause the video. The answer is coming in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so the answer to this problem is actually D, -5. So if you got that right, awesome. Go on to the next video. If you got that wrong, let's do it. All right, so first thing, it says, what is the x-coordinate of the point of inflection? What is the point of inflection? Point of inflection is a change in concavity. It's when you go from concave up to concave down, or from concave down to concave up. So you got to ask yourself, what do I need to know? I need to know about the concavity of my graph. Well, what tells me concavity? My second derivative. Remember, your first derivative tells you when a function's increasing or decreasing. Your second derivative tells you whether a function's concave up or concave down. If the second derivative is positive, your function's concave up, where the second derivative is positive. If your second derivative is negative, your function's concave down, where it's negative. So what we want to do is we got to find where does the second derivative switch signs? Where does it go from positive to negative? So let's do it. Let's just take our derivative. Well, we have y equals, I'm going to rewrite it, it's 1/3 x cubed plus 5x squared plus 24. Well, let's take the derivative. This is going to be y equals x squared. It'll be 3/3 x squared. I don't know why I wrote x cubed. There you go. Y equals x squared plus 10x. The derivative constant is 0, so okay, great. And that's your y prime right there. Now let's take a peek at y double prime. All right, that would be 2x plus 10. Now the strategy here is just to set the second derivative equal to 0 and then solve for x. So here we go. 0 equals 2x plus 10. Can subtract 10 from both sides, divide by 2. You're going to get -5 is equal to x. That's answer D. One thing that's important to remember is for a point of inflection, to find a point of inflection, two things have to occur. One, the second derivative has to change sign, and two, the function has to actually be defined at that point. It can't have an asymptote or be undefined. This is a polynomial. Polynomials are always continuous, so it's defined everywhere, so we don't need to worry about that, but that actually does come up on a lot of other AP problems. So you have to remember, for it to actually be a point of inflection, you have to make sure that your function is defined at that point. So yeah, the answer is D, -5. Thanks.